Our region's business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you. Our region's business, improving our economy, creating jobs, and strengthening communities. Innovation, collaboration, transformation, and the people making it happen. Join us as we take a closer look at our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, the best in building in our region, plus building our talent pipeline and our region's diversity at the same time. But first, why Pittsburgh's in vogue, literally. The new Ace Hotel recently turned up in the pages of Vogue magazine with a profile on why the trendy boutique hotel chain had chosen our region for its newest location. Well, in recent months, national stories have appeared about Pittsburgh, focusing on everything from hotels to restaurants and an emerging bohemian lifestyle in some city neighborhoods. And it's not just PR, it's actually a reflection of reality, renewed interest and real investment, especially in our region's hospitality industry. Well, Visit Pittsburgh totaled it all up during its recent annual meeting, and Craig Davis is back with us. He's president and CEO of Visit Pittsburgh. Welcome, good to have you here.
Thanks, Bill. Great to be here.
Yeah, so impressive numbers for 2015. It was a pretty banner year for our region in terms of...
It was. I've been with Visit Pittsburgh for 16 years, and it's been the best year I've ever encountered. And I think you could, by extension, probably think with the growth of the hotel industry, say that it was the best year. But I don't have all the facts to prove that. But certainly the economy grew last year for the tourism part.
Sure, so when you're measuring your line of work, Visit Pittsburgh obviously representing primarily Allegheny County, but has an impact on marketing the broader region as well. What made it such a great year?
Well, there were a bunch of things. You know, as you had said very specifically at the starting, we have been getting a lot of accolades lately. You know, we are one of the, what I call an it city, a hot brand. And that's been certainly helping. Last year for us in the tourism industry, there were a number of very big conventions that really marked the year. And we also received a lot of benefit from our friends in the different sports teams that had just tremendous years as well. So everything that could have gone well last year did indeed go well.
Well, and it was impressive. A whole lineup of major national conferences and conventions.
Yes,
there.
It started with the Intel Science Fair in April last year, and those are the kids that compete on a worldwide basis with their science ideas. And then we ran into the summer with the Veterans of Foreign War. Our friends the furries came back as usual, and we had a succession of the Veterans of Foreign Wars. I said the Fraternal Order of Police, and it finished out with the Order of the Eastern Star in August. So we had a lineup of convention after convention. What really did spark the year for us.
Really makes a big difference. So is that really what our hospitality story is here in our region, or do we get individual tourists too? Or are we seeing more of that than we used to?
We're absolutely seeing more of that than we used to. You know, we finally arrived. I think that this is a place where people want to come and visit. And if you think about it, you wouldn't bother getting in your car and taking your family to someplace else unless there was something unique to do in that particular area. And we are the place, especially in a 200-mile radius. There's something very unique about what we have, especially our culinary scene, great attractions, museums, arts and culture. This is a place that's worth a visit, and you're seeing those numbers come from all over the place, and we are tracking it, and indeed it is coming in.
Yeah, it's interesting. And a few years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, it seemed to be that the energy industry, with its enormous growth in the region, seemed to be driving a lot of business travel.
Yeah.
What I've been amazed by is that although some of that has slacked off, the hospitality and the travel industry as a whole still seems to be cranking along.
Well, success comes in many different places, and thankfully for us, the stream of business is coming not only from meetings and conventions, but from tourism, visitation, and our business community. Although you said that certain sectors have waned a little bit in the last couple years, others have gotten stronger. So that mix has been for a very positive experience for the people in our hospitality industry and related businesses.
Yeah, the economic diversity of the region really does help, but you also have to have the diversity of attractions, and then you need places to put people. Every time I turn around, it seems there's some hotel cutting the ribbon. The most recent was, I think, the Homewood Suites in the in Pittsburgh Strip District.
Well, since 2006, we've received 4,200 additional rooms in this area, of which 60% have come in the last 4 years.
Wow, 60% of 4,200 new rooms. Wow.
So there's a big glut of new rooms in the marketplace, and we're holding our own, and with another over 1,000 coming in the next year. So we're not finished yet. It has changed us dramatically in the last little while.
Well, and and so occupancy's been holding up okay, and I know the hotels care a lot about how much they can charge for a room. It's still sound enough for them to.
It's very sound still. The reality is that occupancy has flattened a little bit and maybe declined because of the additional 4,200 rooms. That's just mathematics. But as you said, the rate here, which is the value of a room, has stayed and actually growing. And if you think about that, you have so much more supply in the marketplace, and yet your rate is growing. That still means that our travelers are putting a premium on the cost of a room. And that's a really big indication for those that want to invest in Pittsburgh. So it's still very, very positive.
Well, what does it say that hotels like Ace or Hotel Indigo or the Kimpton are setting up shop in our region? Those are brands that we just never used to see around here.
Right. There's a cool factor to us, and I think it has a lot to do with the accolades that we received in the last 10 years or so, more in the last 5, but we are getting on the map with some major publications and major news outlets that really matter, people are paying attention to. And you'll recall we won one of the top 20 places in the world to visit from National Geographic Traveler magazine. There have been the Travel Channel 2 years ago said that we're one of the top places to visit. When those third-party outlets name Pittsburgh as in their top tier, then people do listen and follow. And I think that you're seeing a lot of that investment take place as a result of the attention we're getting on a worldwide stage. Yeah,
the buzz has been incredible. Well, a little bit of time left, but I wonder what's coming up. What's the next big thing that's drawing a lot of folks to our region this year?
The U.S. Open is our focus for this coming June, and it will be the 9th time it will return to this area, more than any other city in their group of cities that they go to. So we're really gearing up for that. Is going to be a tremendous event. And then the summer looks great as well. So, the conventions in Pittsburgh this year, there are fewer larger conventions, but there is much impact between now and the end of the year. So we're still going to have a very healthy year.
Very good. Well, it's great to hear. Great to bring all that outside money into our region.
That's what we do.
Is what you guys do. Craig Davis from Visit Pittsburgh. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
And next up, the best of the new buildings rising in our region. Stay with us.